MMA. All right, on the show now is Brady Hiestand, who had a big win at UFC Vegas 65, a UD victory, and his first official UFC victory inside of the octagon over Fernie Garcia. Brady, how you doing?
Dude, living the dream. Yeah, like you said, I got my first UFC victory, so let's go.
Yeah, and I actually love the UFC hoodies there, the Venom zip ups. How do you like them? Do you like the gear that you guys are rocking?
Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, for sure. I This is like the fight week gear, has the red on it. I like the walkout gear the best. I think that fits the best and looks the best, but I got to rock it all. They give us so much clothes, I might as well wear it.
You might as well rep the company that you're working for now. Now, we did get a chance to talk a little bit before this fight with Fernie. You did tell me that, you thought you were going to be the first guy to finish him inside of the cage, and you came pretty darn close. You had some good moments in there. All in all, how happy are you collectively with your performance?
I'm happy with the win, but I'm not really happy with my performance. I feel like I functioned at like a D plus of what I can. Especially off the first round where I gave him that shot. We worked on it all camp. Don't extend yourself too far and don't leave your chin in the air. And the first punch I threw, I extended myself and I left my chin in the air and he capitalized on it. So good for Fernie. But yeah, I feel like he did really good, but I feel like I could have performed better. But a win's a win, and I'll take it.
How badly were you really hurt there in that first round when he landed that shot? Because you recovered fairly quickly, but sometimes it's tough to tell when someone lands a big shot like that. How badly were you compromised?
I actually wasn't that bad. I feel like I came back instantly. It was just kind of a flash, and my legs buckled. But like as you saw, I instantly grabbed up the single and took him down, and ended it in a dominant position. So I feel like I wasn't even that hurt. It was more just got flashed, kind of lost him there for a second. So I just started grappling, and as soon as I got a hold of that leg, it was back to normal.
And with this being your first official UFC fight, what was the adrenaline like? How are you feeling as the fight progressed?
I put so much effort in this last year into my camp, into my training, and everything. I felt confident. I think, the most confident I've ever felt, just because this is the first time I've like put my all. Like I haven't had to work another job. I hadn't had to do anything. This was all geared around my camp. My whole life became this fight, and I think it showed in the octagon.
Did you feel any nerves more than usual as you were getting ready to make your walk?
No, like I was saying, I think I felt a lot less. The confidence was coming through. Confidence in my preparation and my team, and everything. So I just felt ready to go out there. I thought I was going to finish him all the way up until the last bell. So that's why I'm a little disappointed, because I felt so good. I know I could have done it if I did everything to the best of my ability.
Your superior grappling was the difference in this fight. There's no doubt about that. What was the in fight adjustments that your team wanted you to make in there? Were they picking apart anything that you wanted you to do maybe a little better?
I think one of the things was is that in the third round, my coach was like, just get in stance, keep your head on the weak side, and just pressure a little bit more. Because I feel like in the other rounds, I was trying to move and I was trying to land some stuff, which it worked with the head kicks. But you saw in that third round, as soon as I just pressured him, I took him down whenever I wanted to. That was never an issue. It was more I wanted to land more shots, and then those shots led into more takedowns. So I think the third round, showed a little bit better of my game plan.
How did you celebrate?
Oh, I went to. Have you ever heard of Barry's?
I have not.
It's a steak restaurant in Vegas. I think it's in Circa. Oh my gosh, the best steak in Vegas. So good. We went there, had some drinks, some tomahawk steaks, a bunch of sides, some dessert. Best thing ever. Hung out with the fam. I had like 20 family and friends come out, so they were all sitting back watching the fights, and we went and celebrated after.
Can you try and put it into words, like just the feelings of, not just being in the UFC? Because you see a lot of guys, they make it into the UFC and, they don't rack up wins, and they're gone before you know it. To get in there, for this to be, your first win, like what are the emotions like?
It's validation, because I'm not here to just be in the UFC for 3, 4 fights now. I'm trying to make a big name for myself, create a legacy, and get that world title. So this is just a step along the way. I'm not too excited because I didn't get to finish. but it's just the beginning of many. I can't be too excited about something I expected to happen. So I'm happy, but I'm ready to work hard. I'm actually about to head to another train session and get ready to fight again, hopefully soon.
Michael Chiesa had nothing but phenomenal things to say about you and just your overall game. What does that do for your confidence as a younger athlete here in the UFC? I mean, it must just do wonders for you to know what someone like him, who's so established, believes in you and your ability.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, I think we have the best team in the world. Not because we're the biggest, not because we have all the equipment, everything like that. We literally train in a 4-car garage, but I think it's our mentality and our belief in ourselves and our team, and I think that's why we have world champion Juliana Pena. We have a top 10 Mike Chiesa, and then me being 23, being in the UFC. There's not a lot of us. There's I think 5 pros on the mat right now, and 3 of them are in the UFC, and the rest of them are on their way. So I think that shows, and I think Mike having confidence in me, Julie having confidence in me, just adds to my confidence.
When you talk to like a lot of your boys that are your age, that you grew up with, and you're in the UFC, it's a big deal. Like, is it hard for you to kind of like stay grounded since you're already in the biggest promotion in the world so young?
You know, I don't think so. No, I think I got really cool friends around me. I got one of my friends is a pilot, the other one's in law school. So I got a lot of successful friends. So it kind of runs in the friend group. Also, my family, my mom, she's a doctor. So she like there's a lot of successful people in my life that they keep me grounded because I see what they're doing, and I'm impressed by them. I'm like, damn, my mom's a doctor. I better be something cool. If my mom's a doctor and I didn't go to college, I got to do something with my life. So it's more motivation, and I got to stay the course. I can't let my head get too big or I might lose a fight, and I can't let that happen.
What does your mother specialize in?
She's a ER,
Okay,
just
man,
just overall.
that's got to be tough.
Yeah, yeah, it's been crazy, especially because growing up, she was a single mom at 6, and so she was a nurse, and then she put herself and finished. She's a nurse practitioner doctor, so she's a doctor in the ER. But yeah, she put herself through college, finished out her nurse practitioner degree, and eventually her doctorate while raising two boys on her own. So she's a superhero.
All right, so I wanted to ask you about Ricky Tercios. You fought him in the Ultimate Fighter finale, and he was on this very same card. He won a split decision over Natividad. How impressed were you with that performance? Did you get a chance to watch it at all?
I'm impressed with Ricky just with his durability, his resilience, and stuff like that. But I fought Ricky with a completely torn ACL, and there's people that do that all the time, but mine was freshly torn, so I wasn't used to having that lack of stability. I think he looked really good in his fight. I personally believe he lost. I think the other guy had the most damage, and I believe he lost. It was super close. But yeah, it is what it is. I think Brady now could beat Ricky pretty handedly, and that's just my opinion.
Are you guys cool when you see one another?
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
And I feel bad saying these things because I'm just being like confident and just saying my what I think. But dude, I love Ricky. Ricky's one of my good friends. Not necessarily a friend, but I respect Ricky a lot for what he's done and the adversity he's overcome. And we got to be good friends in the house.
I think a lot of MMA fans out there ultimately would love to see a rematch at some point. If you were a betting man, how likely do you think that is?
If he keeps winning and I keep winning, I don't see us not rematching. I want to win in my next fight. He wins his next fight. I don't see us not, crossing paths, especially because we got fight of the night the first time and it was pretty controversial. I don't know. I feel like I still won. So
Yeah, no doubt about that. I actually would agree with you. I just mentioned betting, so I wanted to get your opinion on this as well. Do you know what's going on with the whole James Krause situation right now? I know we're still waiting on details to come out, but like, what are your overall thoughts just about that whole situation?
yeah, I'm not really 100% sure. It's something like he's betting on his fighters or something like that, right?
Well,
Um,
there was some information that maybe wasn't divulged in time with his recent fighter, and he went in and apparently there was a bet that was made, or a lot of bets came in, right before the fight, and so there's maybe some insider info that was relayed to a lot of people. So they're still trying to do an investigation and figure it out. But I mean, if he were to get charged with this, it'd be a pretty big deal.
Yeah, no, that's crazy because I remember me and Miles have the same manager, and his coach is Kraus, and so there was like a whole big thing that his coach wasn't going to be able to corner him in this last fight, and so yeah, they're taking it pretty seriously. I see, so I don't know, that'd be crazy. Obviously, you know, you don't want to be a cheater, and you don't want your coach to be a cheater, so it's just a crazy situation and crazy world we're in right now.
Yeah, and with just MMA betting, the way it's on the rise, and so many people are getting into it, I just it's wild. I can't wait to see what transpires with that. I wanted to get your take too on the 135-pound division now. With Aljamain being the champion, there was just an interview that Sean O'Malley did where he says he feels like he should get the next title shot. Do you agree with that? Do you think he should get the next title shot after that win over Piotr Jan?
Well, I mean, who else is there? Like, what would the next one be? Uh, it's not Peter Yan doesn't deserve a rematch. I don't see Corey Sandhagen getting it. Marab and Aljamain won't fight each other. So honestly, like I don't see anyone else in the top that deserves that title shot besides O'Malley. You know, as much as people hate on him,
Hmm.
I think he deserves it.
What about Cejudo if he comes out of retirement? There's a lot of rumors going around that he's going to fight again in 2023.
Yeah, give it to Cejudo too. I mean, I think first off, just give it to O'Malley, and then if O'Malley wins, have Cejudo go in and beat him, because I think Cejudo would destroy O'Malley. But I don't know. We'll see if Cejudo even comes back. I don't even really listen to it when he says stuff anymore because he's been talking out of his ass for the past like 2 3 years. But yeah.
Fair enough. Well, big day tomorrow, Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday of the year. What's going to be your go-to for food, and how how deep are you going to go with whatever it is that you like? Are you going to go ham, so to speak, with being able to eat what you like?
Oh yeah, I can tell you're a fat kid at heart, and I'm a fat kid at heart. So I love Thanksgiving. It's between Thanksgiving and Christmas because our family does a big Christmas dinner too. Um, I'm not a big ham fan though. I don't really like pork besides bacon, but I love turkey. Turkey, rolls, and stuffing. I can get down on that.
All day, yeah, me as well. Is there a favorite like pie or some sweets that you like on Thanksgiving?
Ooh, I love apple pie with ice cream, like a hot sliced apple pie with some vanilla ice cream that melts in there. Divine. I can't get enough. And I'm gonna be eating a lot this year, especially because like the last 5 years, I think I've missed Thanksgiving because of fights and grappling matches and just stuff like that. So I finally get to eat Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving with my family. I'm excited,
Friday morning, what do you think you're going to weigh?
dude. Probably like 165.
Well, good for you. You deserve it, especially after a big win over Fernie. One last thing from me, Brady, before we do sign off here. Time frame of your next fight. You mentioned earlier in the interview you want to get back in there soon. Is there someone you have your eyes on, or are you hoping to just take whoever the UFC gives you as long as it's the right time frame?
I have a 30-day suspension, so once that's up, I'm ready to get back in there. I'm hoping like at the beginning of the year. Just gotta make sure I can get my weight all situated and get a plan for that. But next Monday, I'm gonna kind of get everything figured out. I think I would love to fight anyone that was on the card with me. All those guys I think I match up really well against and I can beat. Whether it's Ricky again, whether it's Miles, whether it's fucking um who's the guy that Ricky just beat? I can't remember his name. I keep forgetting.
Natividad.
Yeah, him. I feel really confident in that matchup. I also feel really confident in the last guy that beat Ricky, Frostabi's little brother. So those are a few guys I'm looking at. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that I think I match up really well against and I'm excited to compete against.
Can't wait to see you back in there, man. Again, Brady Hiestand gets a big win over Fernie Garcia at UFC Vegas 65. Great talking to you again so soon. Before we do sign off, I want to give you the floor. Please tell people where they can follow you on social media. If you have anyone to thank, floor is yours.
Awesome. Yeah, go follow me, Brady_Bam Bam. That's Instagram. For Twitter, Brady Hiestand1. Obviously, Brady Hiestand for Facebook. Yeah, I want to thank my coaches, Rick Little, Mike Hiestand, my train partner, Sam, Ashton, family back home. And also, if you want solar panels on your house, they're doing a big deal. Hit up Solgen Power. They'll help you get some green energy and up the value of your home by up to $30,000. So hit them up. Use your code Brady Hiestand.